Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pro League this week alongside David Tab. I am Hugh Green, and we have just concluded stop number 2 of the All Florida Pro League at the Pickleball Club in Lakewood Ranch. It was a phenomenal stop, David.
It was by far the best stop we've probably ever had. Um, compliments galore, people having a good time. The upstairs area was packed, the downstairs was packed.
Hmm.
For me, I'm a little crazy. I like it. We had a little fans cheering in the middle of a point, distracting players. I was like, "Let's go!" Um,
Yeah.
I will admit, this is our third season. This is your second season with us, so Martin and Chris, when we started this thing, it's kind of with them in mind and everything they were going through. At one point, I was on the other side with all six away from the pro league, and the cheers happening on the pro league side, the whole minor league area stopped, and I
Yeah.
was like, "This is dope. This is crazy
Hmm.
right now." Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Everything from stop one was amazing, but you had storylines and hey, we're going to talk about it, the waiver wire. So
Oh,
looming
yeah.
over everything, it was absolutely electric.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's definitely the loudest I've ever heard in all Florida Pro League stop, no doubt about it. Inside, it was a yeah, phenomenal atmosphere. A big thank you to them for hosting, and yeah, it was a really fun time. And you talked about it a little bit. Minor league, that was a big part of the All Florida Pro League stop number 2. You played in it. I heard you may have gotten fourth out of 4 teams in your bracket, but that's okay.
Yeah, look, we got some winners here. My picture is not there.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
lost two dream breakers and I lost in a dream breaker in the bronze medal match. So, and yeah, I lost to that little kids in the freaking cheetah outfits. Their parents were chirping me. It was yeah, I definitely didn't play my best.
I mean, deserved the chirps for sure, but I'm sure that was a yeah. I mean,
Oh, I was giving it
always.
back. Yeah. I may or may
Oh, you
not
have
have
to.
lobbed the short stack kid right there. I may or may not have. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I mean, it's so cool to see. I mean, there's two All Florida Pro League courts happening: championship court, grandstand court, and then pretty much every other court in the facility was being used by the minor league team. So it was really fun to see, and the fun that everybody had. It was really cool.
Yeah, the team did a great job running that. There was some pretty crazy uniforms, some wild
Hmm.
names out there, and lots of laughs, and then dream breakers, and then we had two different start times, and it was a long day.
Yeah, for sure. It was a long day for the Pro League players as well. So we get into that a little bit. The All Florida Pro League stop 2. It was the morning pool. The Sarasota Manatees took that one. They breezed through it. It was a surprise to be sure. I mean, a 3-2 victory, a 5-0 victory, and a 4-1 victory for the Manatees in Pool 1. And then it was all Jacksonville Ballers in Pool 2. They had another fantastic day winning the stop. But yeah, the Manatees were the biggest surprise to me to see the Manatees play that well. They were in their home facility, so they definitely had that advantage to them.
Yeah, home court advantage, definitely a factor right there. Sleeping in your own bed is
Hmm.
and then having that home crowd there was pretty amazing. But we saw two players really go, "Hey, I got a chance to see what stop one was, but let me show you what I'm like for stop two."
Yeah.
Christian definitely played a little bit different ball, a little more aggressive. Watched him put away a game just straight slapping a forehand away and then a stare down was great. But I think that you have to admit the star of the day for the Manatees was Andi Godwin.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about Andi. The difference between stop one and stop two was almost night and day. And she was definitely the MVP of the day for them. The amount of people that came up to me talking about how well she played, 100% led to them making it to the finals and winning that pool.
Yeah, I mean, she played fantastic all day. I mean, I got to see it on championship court the whole time. She was phenomenal. Her and Adeline playing together in the women's doubles, and then she was just really good, really good. And then in the mixed doubles as well, they would. I mean, the guys would try to attack her as you do in mixed doubles. You attack the female player, but she every time she had a counter. It was really great to see. And Annie, she was the last pick in the draft, right? She's the last pick of the draft. She's playing
Mrs.
alongside Adeline
Irrelevant.
Lund. Mrs. Irrelevant, yeah, yeah. And that nickname is completely gone from her after that performance. I mean, she was really good. And then playing alongside the number one pick in the draft in Adeline Lund, I mean, you have the top pick and the last pick, and they were just fantastic all day. It was really cool to see for them to be able to play that well, and the whole team as well. Um, yeah, I
Well,
mean,
and
Christian and
you
Adeline
look at
playing
that
together.
pool.
Yeah,
Look at that
yeah,
pool. The Miami Blaze were in stop one, were one game away from making it to the finals, right? We
hmm
talked about that. They came out and like flat, like they
yeah,
came out slow. They didn't know what to do. It was they were a team that pretty much stayed the same, right? And so they
yeah,
weren't able to pull out that first one, and they went home early that day.
yep,
Yeah, and
yeah.
then you
They
have
did. Yeah.
Lakeland. Lakeland's kind of middle of the pack right now. I mean, you're seeing some separation here, but you know, Lakeland looked the same, right? So you had a
hmm
team that maybe went down a little bit in Miami. You had a O Town team that was missing their number one player. You had a Lakeland team that stayed the same, and then Sarasota just flat out said, "Hey, if nobody wants to take it, baby, we're ready." Bunch of kids
Yeah,
just balled out.
they did. They did. We talked about it last week. I mean, it was like what team is going to come out and be like, this is our pool to win? And there's no doubt the Manatees, that was their mentality going into it, and they played amazing throughout. And in each of their interviews after their wins, they had their team mascots, Albert the Manatee, a bunch of Albert the Manatees. It was their good luck charm, and it worked out well for them. I mean,
I
they,
mean,
they
it
were
sure
just
did.
really good.
Yeah, and I mean, and then you turn around and you look at pool number two, and
Yeah.
it is kind of what we expected, where Jacksonville and the Icebergs, it came down to the last match, but both those teams, like they didn't win 5-0, 4-1. It was 3-2 against Punta Gorda. I mean,
Yep.
there was a time, right? The Icebergs in those matches, like those teams were right there. The Chomp took one off of the Ballers as well. Like these weren't rollovers. Punta Gorda
No.
held their own, and like we're missing Nico, right? So
Yeah.
it was that second pool wasn't what we thought. I gotta tell you, but I think that neither pool was exactly what we thought it was going to be.
No. No. I mean, yeah, the pool two was fireworks. I mean, we knew it was gonna be that coming into it, especially in that last match between the Ballers and the Icebergs championship court. All the eyes on them. Who's gonna go to the stop finals? Because that's what it came down to, right? I mean, both teams were 2-0 going into it. Um, But I mean, the Ballers came out on top again, and that's something that the Icebergs are going to have to figure out, right? I mean, they're 5-1 on the season in pool play, but they're 5-2 in total in the stop finals. They lost to the Ballers last stop in stop one. They lost to them then now they lost to them again here in stop two in pool play, so they didn't get to the stop final. So that's something they're going to have to figure out. It's kind of their kryptonite. It seems like to me through the first two stops is the Ballers.
Everybody's looking at those two teams at the top. So, yeah, the Icebergs had, Camden was injured. That's their claim. We would have beat him if Camden was injured. They took him
Yeah.
down to the wire, right? But I mean, these teams are good. Everybody's just looking at Jacksonville right now, wondering, is this as good as they get? Are they going to get better? Because everybody else is getting better, but and they're looking to see if they are too. It's going to really ride on to how Alyssa does, and that the team there and how they do, because I mean everybody knows you're as good as kind of your weakest link here, and if you could
Yeah.
rise to the occasion, that's what propels your team to go deep into the finals.
Hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't look like they're getting any worse. I mean, that's for sure. They looked better in stop two to me than they did in stop one, and that's saying something because they looked amazing in the first stop in Punta Gorda. So, yeah, they had a phenomenal day. But we take a look at the point system here because it's something interesting. We saw the Ballers; they won the stop again, right? But they didn't even have the most points out of the day in the ranking points. That was the Manatees. The Manatees got 9.5 points because of how well they won their matches. So you take a look here, you win, you can see the point breakdown there. And then at the bottom, if you win your pool, you get a half point. If you win the stop, you get an extra half point. So teams who win the stop finals, they get those extra full points. And the Ballers have done that twice in a row. So
Yeah.
that has helped them a lot.
I mean, look at this point structure. The way it's designed is every game matters.
Yeah.
Even the singles in the end matters because if you go 0 and 5, you get negative points, right? If you go 1 and 4, if you win at least one, you just don't get any points. But if you look, Punta Gorda is. We're gonna look at the standings. I'm just gonna release Punta Gorda's in the playoffs. Season ends right now. Punta Gorda's in the playoffs because of how well they did in their pool play. Going
Yeah.
2 and 3 matters. And then you start to win. I mean, if you just straight barbecue somebody 5-0, you get rewarded. But
Yeah.
you get rewarded for winning your pool. So two teams get that. And then you get another reward and both those teams get cash. So you get points and
Hmm.
cash for winning, right? So we reward winning, but you penalize losing. And so if
Yeah.
you are a team that only wins 3-2, then yeah, you're good there, but you're not going to skyrocket. Look at this. The top four are bunched up right now. It is literally anybody's game, and the bottom four are too. It
Hmm.
it is going to be a wild rest of the season because of that.
Yeah, fighting for those playoff spots, and especially in the bottom three right now, you can see it's kind of those three at the bottom. I mean, the Palms are 3 points ahead of the Tide, but you talked about it. The Tide in a playoff spot right now. I mean, it's the bottom two teams who don't make it to the season finals at the end of the year. But yeah, the Tide, you can see their record. I mean, the match record, 0-6. They haven't won a match. They're the only team in the league that hasn't won a match, but they're in there because you can look at the games. They're 10-20. That's not the worst. They haven't gone 0-5 in every one of the matches. And on Saturday, they won 2 games in every match. So that matters. It really does because you go, yeah, you were talking about it. You go 0-5, you lose a point. So if you're going into that dream breaker and you're 0-4, you can't just give up.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you see that happen in all sports. You see a team losing, and they give up, and they give up the rest of the game. They don't care about it. But that's not what you can do in the All Florida Pro League. You have to stick with it and keep the intensity up, and that's something that's tough to do. But that's why that's why these guys are pros.
yeah, and I would say there was some uh, you know uproar about how in the world can the Ballers be win two stops in a row, both their
Yeah.
pools, and only be this close, right? And it's like, well, look at what the Ballers have done. They
Hmm.
have not. They're not smoke showing people. The
Hmm.
Icebergs have a few 5-0s under their belt, and the Ballers don't. So it's like it's gonna keep it close because if you can win, but you can't win the big one, you ain't going to be in first. If you can
Yeah.
win and win the big one, you've got a slight advantage. Because look at how much those half a points are mattering now. Uh, you know, Mid-season and finals are tournaments. It's in the mid season they get buys, right? So in the finals
Hmm.
you get a buy. There's 6 teams, so you're kind of automatically in the semis. That's why those top two matter. And don't underestimate Sarasota and Miami and some of these bottom tier teams making a run at that 1-2 spot. It's going to be close.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you saw what the Manatees did. They didn't have the best day in stop one, but now that here they are in third place, 4 points off of the lead in the standings. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely anyone's game to take, and we're only 2 stops in. I mean, there's plenty of season left to play, so it'll be really interesting to see.
The mid-season points are going to matter more this year. So you get points based on how you place in the mid-season, right? So,
Hmm.
it's not necessarily how many games you win. It's, more around where you place. And there's always an upset every year. In
Yeah.
the mid-season and in the finals. We called it trap games last time. So
Yeah.
we still have a long way to go, but stop number 2, you're starting to see kind of things happening. But we're going to show these waiver wire moves, and it's going to make things a lot more interesting in our next stop.
Yeah, for sure. You talk about the waiver wire. We can get into that. I mean, the waiver wire began this week in the All Florida Pro League. It allowed teams to drop and add players from the official player pool. It also allowed teams to make trades with other teams. And we saw the first trade in All Florida Pro League history happen this week with Jenna Vlach and Savannah Ullman.
I mean, the first ever trade, and you know what is trades, especially are typically a lot of people will go, oh, it's one sided. Oh, this person won the trade, this person lost the
Yeah.
trade. I believe that this trade was great for both teams. You have a rising star in Ariel playing for Punta Gorda, right? We know that she is going to play the left. Her athleticism, everything that she's doing is geared up to play the left. Savannah's a left side player. So you got 2 left side players playing on the same team. That doesn't match well for some of the things. And, their women's results haven't been what they want them to be. Jenna has got that big old 2-handed backhand. Now she's going to get a chance to put that in a predominant spot. And for O-Town, they're going to pick up Savannah Ullman on the left, which means Mia's going to get to play right. We watched a clip on a previous episode showing how well she can scramble and how well she can really play that right and how well she's going to be able to display her consistency. So you literally took 2 players that, are going to play. It benefits both teams. I'm looking forward to seeing Savannah and O-Town. I think that it's going to raise her game, and be able to play alongside a right side player in Mia. But then Jenna is going to get to play the right with a left side player in Ariel for Punta Gorda. And I think both these teams just got better after this trade, which is highly unusual.
Yeah, you never see that in any sport. When you make a trade, it's never mutually beneficial. But this one, I mean, it seems to be for sure. And those are 2 teams we took a look at the standings. They're in the bottom right now. I mean, they're trying to make their way up, and they're making moves like this. And that could be that spark that your team needs, right? I mean, a new player comes in, they bring a new energy. That could be the spark your team needs to make that jump going into the next stops. Maybe one of these 2 teams or one of the teams that makes that jump up to the middle of the standings. Then the next stop, they make it up into the top 3. You never know what can happen. And this move for both teams is something that could help them do that for sure.
I mean, if you're in the bottom, hearing O-Town in the bottom with a 2-time champ of BK, on your team is pretty funny to say. But stop number 3, they're going to be at full strength, so it's going to be something that they can do. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And alongside trades, I mean, in the waiver wire, we saw the GMB Chomp. They made a couple of moves this week. It's been all Chomp on the waiver wire. This was their first move they made early in the week in their first opportunity. They waived JJ Turksony. They brought in Noah Haslbeck.
Yeah, so I mean, what you're getting, JJ was a little bit of a project. It was a little bit of like, let's see what JJ can do here. He definitely represented himself well. What I loved about it is he went straight to getting better right after. So this is just part of the journey for a lot of these pros. Being waived, getting traded, being dropped is welcome to the pro game, right? Those things happen. You have Noah, good quality player, plays a lot of money balls. He's getting his chance, kind of what, Sam and Caden did. He's going to get his chance. He's picked up on the team. He's going to be a part of that squad. He knows Noah Waddell very, very well. And then if you pull up this next graphic for with the other move that they made, holy crap, right? Angelina, right? I love Angelina. It's a phenomenal human. Got a chance to see her. Wasn't getting the results she wanted. And then Kristine. All right. So you have Noah Waddell.
I'm ready.
Noah Waddell, Noah Haslbeck, and Kristine Marseco on the same team. The most explosive team that we probably have on there. Now, I will say this. Noah Waddell coming into the league was known for being passionate, right? Being, really excited, sometimes a little too much for some people's opinions, but like he was known for that. I will tell you this, I got compliments about how this league has really shined a light on how professional he can be. So I'm interested to see if Noah Hasselbeck will take that same route. If he can
Yeah.
dispel the rumors of, his, we'll call him shenanigans on the court. Noah Waddell has acted like a professional the entire time. He's excited, he's passionate, but it hasn't reached a level of anything noteworthy at all. But now he's got two people next to him where we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be so interesting to see. I'm so excited to see it in stop three when the two Noahs are paired up together in the first match or in their first men's doubles match. I mean the fireworks that are going to be on display in that first match and the excitement that's going to be coming out of them and the fans as well. I mean they get into it and that emotion it just brings the fans in, it brings their teammates in, the captain, everybody gets involved because they're so excited on the court, they're so energetic and passionate. And they got the fire that it brings in everybody else, and that raises the level of play like to the nth degree.
Yeah, and you've got now a dynamic where Kristine is a veteran of the league. She was actually a player captain of the Miami Blaze in season 1. She played on the
Yeah.
Sarasota Manatees in season 2. Like she's a veteran of the league. Her and Ava know this league very well. They know how to play. They know the players. They know what to expect coming out of it. So now you've got veteran presence in the mixed doubles as well. So it's one of those you have two guys that are new to the league. Noah Hasbeck's got to go through that first time jitters, but he's got a great support squad because Noah Waddell has experience of two stops now. Kristine's got 2 years of experience, and Ava's got. I think she was picked up. She was picked up by Lakeland after stop 2 of last year. So plenty
Yeah.
of experience now for the Chomp to, they got to break their way out last.
hmm Yeah, they're going to be fighting with those teams at the bottom over the next couple stops, trying to get into that playoff opportunity. The midseason tournament is going to be a big, I think, stop for the Chomp to see what they can do and how that can raise them up the standings. All right, so we're talking about those waiver wire moves that the Chomp did this week. We bring in the captain who decided to make those moves, the captain, Crishawn Spackman of the Columbus Hotshots and the Champion Series Pickleball, also the captain of the GNV Chomp. So thank you so much for joining us today, Crishawn.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm happy to hear us already talking about the moves we made and the fireworks we're ready to shoot.
Yeah.
So, Crishawn, we just got some breaking news. You picked up Kristine, but you just had to go through the waiver wire. Before we get into that a little bit, just tell us a little bit about your background, right? People want to know a little bit about you. We know that you're on the team with Davidson, the commissioner, so that might be a conflict of interest. Who knows? But no, tell us, how did you get into pickleball, and what's a little bit about your background and how it led you into leading the GMV Chomp?
Hey, absolutely. Let's see. We'll make it short and sweet. I started off, I was a collegiate Division I basketball player, went to a big school, ended up at a smaller school, got injured, ended my senior season a couple months early, missed out on what became a Final Four appearance for us. So that left a little bit of an athletic wound. I walked away from sport for 20 years, became a business consultant, and never looked back. And then one day, like most stories go, someone introduced the game to me. So I went up to the platform, played around a little bit, and it got my curiosity going. So I started playing recreationally and then started playing some tournaments and taking it a little more serious. And one day someone says, "Man, you're really athletic." And I went, "Wow, I forgot what that was like. I haven't been athletic in 20 years." So suffice to say, that led me into a few tournament opportunities, had some success. 2 years ago, I was fortunate to, 2 or 3 years ago, fortunate to team up with Catherine Gillis out of West Virginia. And we won the 5.0 women's doubles US Open championship. And, that kind of opened a lot of doors. Around that same time, you mentioned National Champion Series Pickleball, formerly National Pickleball League. They were having a combine for senior pro. And I'll tell you the truth. I told my friends, you know what? We just won the 5-0. Where do you go from here? Let me go see how bad I really am and go try out the combine for the senior pro division. And was extremely fortunate to get picked up by the Coachella Valley Scorpions and Kim Jade. And I'm about to go into my third year with now the MLP Champion Series Pickleball, and my second year drafted to the APP Humana Cup. So pickleball's just opened up a plethora of opportunity, coaching Costa Rica, Mexico, locally, and here I am with the AFPL.
That's a pretty impressive resume considering that you lost to me the other day at St. Pete Athletic. So we
True story.
we had some fun. So it's your first season. What were your thoughts about the league coming into it versus now you've gone through stop number 2, and then we'll get into some waiver wire moves. So what do you think of before you started to now?
It's a great question. Coming into it, I was really looking at it as an opportunity. I really wasn't sure what my role would be. Right? These kids are so good, so talented. It's not like you're coming there and coaching like, here's a backhand roll. They've got that and lots more tools in the toolkit. So I was really trying to figure out what my role would be. How can I help them? And what sold me on taking the opportunity was when you guys said, our league is really about on and off the court. And you emphasized off the court. And I was like, pick me. I can do that. So coming into it, I was really just trying to find my way. I read a lot about it. I heard about the incredible success. I think, 8 or 10 players have been signed out of the league.
10, yep.
And you got to say, it's only the third year this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's huge. An 8 or PPA. So pretty freaking amazing. So I knew I was getting into a really good thing, a very reputable thing. Now that I'm in the league, it's so clear the opportunity these kids are being given. I mean, they've worked for it, but now they're on this platform, the visibility, the amount of viewership from the live streaming, the podcast like this that you guys do. It's got a great fan base. The owners from top to bottom, right? You guys, Chris Crouch, Davidson, all of the owners and captains are so passionate about it, and they're really there for the right reason. They're all there to help give these kids this opportunity to take their game as far as they want and do whatever they can for it. And so I'm loving it so far. I'm learning a lot. I am no expert by any means. I'm learning a lot, and I can't wait for this chapter 2.
So one of the fun things about what I get to do with this is watch year 1 versus year 2. For some people. So now you're in year 1 while some of the other captains are in year 2. So watching, they're like, oh, I remember when I was like that, Dave. And I was like, yeah, I remember that too, and trying to figure it out. But it is, you're a great asset for the league. So we love having you and love all the energy. And I get nothing but compliments about what you're doing here. So kudos to you.
I appreciate that very much. Goes a long way.
Yeah, and it's great. It's great to hear how much fun and excitement that you bring to the league for sure. And we can get into the waiver wire stuff now. So, is this the first waiver wire that you've gone through as a captain in this league? It's different than most pickleball around the country. You can drop players, you can pick people up, you can trade them. So, talk to me a little about what went through your moves first dropping JJ and picking up Noah.
Well, it starts with what your team goal was day one. So with our team, we said, we really don't want you to be outcome focused, meaning point by point, game by game, match by match. Our goal is a new team, never played together. None of these kids have played together, and that's common in the league. Our goal is to be top 6 to get into the championship. That's our goal. How we get there, how ugly and pretty it might be, doesn't matter. We got to get to top 6. So clearly after stop 2, we weren't there. We weren't, we were in 7, and then we dropped to 8. Although I will say, hats off to the team, the entire team. They probably upped their play and performance by 50, 60%. It was a tremendous weekend. But at the end of the day, you look at your goal and you see that you're not where you need to be. And you know you've got to make big, tough decisions to figure out, how can I get there? What's the recipe? And at this point in the season, the recipe had to change. So, yeah, with that, you mentioned the Noah, or the JJ and the Noah trade. So, Noah Waddell is a specimen. He is an athlete of all athletes. He's amazing to watch. And you need a really a compliance partner in some ways, but that partner that can still be a threat at the same time. So JJ, you said it right, David. I mean, he was a bit of you mentioned an experiment, or not even an experiment, but a trial and error test.
Project, yep.
A project. And I just really believed he deserved an opportunity to see what it was like to compete. And I believe he has some great skills, higher ceiling than floor. And he's a young kid. He's 16 years old. So, but he's still in the process, right? He's still in the early stages of that journey. And you look at someone like Noah Waddell, who has just incredible hands. He doesn't have the movement that Waddell has, but why do you need that when you have a Haslbeck with hands that are just amazing? So the two together, those forehands in the middle, the hand speed, agility, and the fact that they train together now. What an advantage is that? I mean, they're training together Saturday in Fort Myers. So just couldn't pass that opportunity up and had to make a change. So we did it.
So, how do you feel going through your first waiver wire, brand new captain, brand new to the league? You talked about what went into that decision-making process. What is that experience like for you, because people don't know, may not realize, is like, we protect these players and we protect you, we protect this league a lot. So you have to call up and talk to them. What was your conversation like with JJ during this process?
Well, I have to tell you, for a 16-year-old kid, he showed tremendous maturity and humility in that call. Let me half step back and say, it's a tough thing to do, right? You're really, kind of giving a kick to the gut to a kid's dreams. And I don't take that lightly at all. If I didn't have to change anything, that'd be a wonderful thing, right? So extremely difficult decision to make. But I also look at this as an opportunity for JJ. So when I called JJ, I explained, what was our goal for this year? And he knew top 6, and he knows where we're sitting right now. And he understood when I said, we've got to make a change. We have to look at the entire team, and to get to that goal of 6+, you happen to get caught up in that change. But we went on to talk about, you will be a Chomp forever. You are, I'm in your corner for your entire journey, for as deep and long as you want me to be, and everybody that I know. Anything that I can do for you, I'm a phone call away. I'll do everything in my power to do it. I believe in you. Your ceiling's high. You're only 16 years old. And I told him straight up, I really hope you take this opportunity as an opportunity of motivation and awareness, and you take off with it. And and I also offered to both of these players, we had to let go. If you, in a day, 2 week, month, want to come back and say, can we talk about this? What did you see? What did I need to do? I'm here. The door's open. So we're here to support their entire journey. He got it. And at the end of it, he said, you know what? Honestly, I didn't think I was going to get drafted at all. So I'm really, really and I'm grateful for the chance that you gave me. And I told him that I wished him all the best. And he was a real champ the way he took it.
You mentioned that you made more than one move, right? Some teams elected not to make a move, and like it's winding down right now. But you replaced half your team, and so you picked up Kristine, right, and Angelina. So, what went into that move in making that decision? Did the veteran presence of Kristine have anything to do with that?
So the veteran presence of Kristine had a lot to do with it. I will tell you, in some ways, not from an individual, but from a style and their superpower, that decision was slightly easier from a business perspective, right? from a team perspective. Both players prefer the right side. Okay. So I had two right side players, both curious and starting to play left side. So kudos to Ava, because Ava has stepped up on that left side, even though it is not her home ground.
Not even a
She's
little
done a great job. Done a great job. So hats off to Ava. And, you know, Angelina has picked up the right side really well. It's where it's her home base. And she's done that very well. But again, when you have to make a change, your goal is to get to the top. And when you have to make that change and you look at your team and those styles of play, and you're looking at someone like Marcelo and you're going, whoa, she's a diehard left side player, right? Mm-hmm. Aggressive left side player. What would it look like to have her on the left side? And Ava we talked to Ava today, and Ava gets to go home and play on that right side that she loves. Mm-hmm. So what a fantastic combination. Leadership, because she's a little bit more mature, a little bit older, right? She's a mom.
A lot of bit older.
Yep. Some of these things. And a leader naturally, and a leader just because she's been in the league and a captain. So I feel like she brings a lot to the team, and let's just say we're going to have a lot of spark and fire.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. So now that you made these two moves, probably not going to, I would assume probably not making any more, but going into stop 3 now. So what's your, hey, you never know. You never know. But what's kind of your outlook and your message to your team now that, I mean, it's 2 new players, it's 2 of the same players that have been there through the first 2 stops going into the rest of the season now. What's that message to your 4 players as a whole now?
Well, the great part is we've all talked, right? Individually, I should say. And so I also involved Noah, and I involved Ava. And what would they be looking for? And to be honest, I talked probably a little bit more to Barry than Noah, but also again with Ava and what were they looking for? And I explained the same message, right? This is simple. We're in 8th. We got to get to a minimum of 6th. So we have to make change. So they all understood that message. We're very clear. I'm proud of our team, our leadership, because we've made it very clear what our goal is. And so it makes the messaging, at least the door to the messaging, a little bit more open, because they know that was the goal and they know we're not where we need to be. So understanding that we need to make a change was pretty clear. And then in talking to the players, they, had opinions, and there were multiple people on those lists. And, we just felt like the right styles of play, the fact that, by the way, did I mention that Kristine and Ava train and play together down in their side of the state?
Well, did you also know that they played the league finals last year together for the Lakeland Palms?
That collage of Kristine's on Facebook from championship weekend sold me. Hook, line, and
the power of social media right there, right?
Sold me. Hook, line, sinker. So, now we've got the 2 guys that train together and the 2 gals that train together, and they're going to be together doing that more often than any team's going to be able to practice and together. So, but from that messaging, those folks, I engaged them. I think they really respected and appreciated that. They voiced that to me. So I think that was a positive message. And then for the 2 new folks, same kind of message. We think you could be a pivotal piece of our puzzle to help get us where we need to go. We're on the right track, by the way. We're going up. Look at everything we've done. Stop 1 and 2. Trajectory is up. Now we just need those few little moves to then push us over the top and get us to where we need to be. And they all were just really great. And I got to tell you, they're super excited about it.
Well, I mean, that's good. Yeah, new blood always brings new energy. But let's take you away a little bit from the Chomp here and just talk about stop number 2 and the future of the other teams as well. There any teams you're looking at right now that perform well, stop number 2, underperformed at stop number 2? And then what's a team that's just on the radar right now that you think is poised to make a big run as well as the Chomp through the season?
Right. Well, Chomp first. Just kidding.
Always, of course.
First, I'll lead into that with this. The Chomp played Jacksonville first, stop 2, right? Mm-hmm. Those matches were 18-19 or 18-19-19. We were right there on the cusp. So kudos to Jacksonville, though, for closing that match, right? So Jacksonville is a bit, I think they're on a little bit of a roll. I know they didn't get exactly where they wanted to go this last weekend per se, but they still have potential. Got to watch out for them. But Sarasota is spirited. The Lunds are amazing family with a great facility for them to practice at and train. St. Pete scares me. St. Pete scares me. I think they're solid. Alexa and Alyssa scare me. Camden it can always be scary. You got Jake Bauer. So I'm looking at these players, and granted, they're spread across these teams, but I think those players can make any one of these teams the next big move, right? Make the next big move. So I thought kudos to Sarasota for going as far as they did on their home court. I thought that was pretty special. So congrats to them. Yeah, I mean, I think I like that it shook up a little different than Stop 2. I think that's showing that teams are kind of gelling and getting to know each other better. And I think that's going to continue. So, like I told our team, Stop 1 and 2 does not define what the top 5 teams are going to probably look like at the end of the season. So I think everybody's got a shot.
All right. So any last messages you have by far, like not even close, the chirpiest, hot-headed team in the league? I got a message from somebody that was like, I cannot wait to watch this tinderbox. And I know Noah's been doing a great job. I have no doubt everybody's going to, it's definitely different in this than, a local money ball that doesn't have a ref and no stream and things like that. People act different when that happens. But is there a message you want to send to the league right now, because they're all going to tune in to listen to this, about the Chomp in the future of your season?
Well, I think I already did. Right. I think the two moves that we've made have sent a message that we're serious. We're here to win, and we're going to do what it takes. I will tell you that everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody has had moments where we weren't our best, and our sportsmanship is a good example of when we can sometimes not be who we wish we were. And I had one-on-one conversations with Haslbeck. We got a one-on-one face-to-face, and it was a fantastic conversation. And he showed utmost respect. He understood. He owned that he didn't like himself in the recent past. He owned that he wants to make changes. He made a commitment to me that we'll keep between he and I. And at the end of it, I made it really clear what the expectations were. And he looked me dead in the eye, face to face, and said, "Yes, ma'am." And that goes a long way with me. And, everybody deserves that chance to redefine an image. And I believe he can do it. And I believe myself and some folks I bring with me, some other senior pros I tend to bring with me to guide our team. We're going to help mold him. And Marseco too. We're going to work with her. She can be spirited.
That's the one you got to worry about. I think Haslbeck is the least of your worries. It's Kristine. You gotta keep an eye on, man. She gets a couple of she gets rolling. It's gonna get fiery. I don't even know the pools for stop number 3 yet, but God, I hope they got to play Jared Cohen.
Well, we all I know is we can't wait. I it's as excited as I've seen this team in all 4 positions on the team, and that excites me a lot. And I know we have a great opportunity going forward. We channel that energy all in one direction, which is up, and we'll be just fine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Crishawn. Good luck to you and to hopefully all your moves pan out for the rest of the season. So good luck to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in stop 3.
Well, hey, thanks so much for having me on. You guys do an amazing job. So we're really lucky. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean,
well, there's Crishawn Spackman. I mean, you can't get any more positive out of what they've out of the results that they've had. It's really cool to see how positive she has as an outlook for the rest of the season.
I mean, they only got one way to go, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Go up, I just love that. She definitely is positive. One of the reasons we brought her into the league is her experience, but also her just genuine care. Like, we do try to
Yeah.
protect these players because, at the Major League Pickleball level, man, it's all business. But there's a human side to what we do, and like trying to develop them as professionals off the court is a big part of it. And like having people that can guide them through this process, but still make those tough decisions is part of it. And she is a phenomenal human, and she gets the pro game too because she is on a pro team. So like she's literally having these conversations, and like she can go through stop 2 or her own league, and it can happen to her. So she gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, she understands it, and one of my favorite things from that was her saying that was the main reason that she wanted to come in the league was because we talked about developing these players off the court, and that was one of her bigger pieces of saying yes to this opportunity. So a big thanks to her for joining us, and that's great to see.
And then one of the things that is always the most fun part about the All Florida Pro League, fantasy pickleball. How'd you do, Hugh?
I really don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Does that say 23rd next to your name?
It may say 23rd. I was just trying to channel the inner Michael Jordan in me for placing 23rd.
I can't see it. What place did I finish in?
I don't know. This is the David Tab. There's 2 E's. Is that you? I'm going to make sure that's still you.
That's 100% me, bud. But
that's you.
Shout out to Mandy Gabriel, a true fan. Played season 1 full time. Was a sub in season 2. She does her homework on everything, and so she knows ball and was able to pull out the win here for the league. For fantasy pickleball. So shout out to Mandy. We always love watching it. Hugh, I love the fact that I could run over to the production desk and you knew exactly how we were all doing. People were asking left and right. People were checking on their phones. It was hilarious to watch.
Yeah, it was great to see it. It's always a fun thing, and I mean, it's such a cool opportunity. I mean, it's like this is real. This is real. I mean, it's pro stuff. I mean, you have a fantasy league. It's awesome. It's really cool, and it's free to sign up. Fantasy Pickleball presented by 1-800-ASK Dave. But yeah, it was not my greatest performance. That's for sure.
I may or may not have encouraged players and give them a little pep talk because they were on my fantasy team. I may or may not have done that during the day.
Insider information right there, David.
Yeah.
Hey, well, it worked out for you. That's for sure. It worked out. It worked out in your favor.
Except for the Miami Blaze, man.
Freaking Blaze. I mean, they went 2-1, but it just wasn't their day. I mean, yeah, if you had the Manatees or the Ballers on your fantasy team, those were the 2 right choices for sure.
There was only one person that had the Manatees, and that was Matt Lund.
Hey, hometown team, you got to root for him, and it worked out for him for sure. Hey, but I mean, I would be surprised to see if there is someone who doesn't pick the Ballers for stop 3, right? I mean, they won 2 stops. I mean, right? No, am I wrong?
I don't know. I think there's going to be people. You're going to have a lot of South Florida based players playing in that, and so Alexa lives down there, so you might have some of that. But I think you're going to see a big, strong Miami Blaze fan base at Epic because Jake lives down there. Like a couple other players live down there as well, and so they've got kind of that home base.
They do, yeah, that's for sure. So stop 3 coming up in a few weeks. We're through 2 stops. It's been a fantastic ride so far. We're only a quarter of the way into the season.
I mean, 2 stops in, and we've already had a shakeup. We've had the same team win, but against 2 different teams. Hot take is I think 2 different teams are going to make the stop finals. I think we're going to see 2 different teams.
You heard it here first. David Tapp says 2 new teams in the stop 3 finals. Well, we'll see about that in a few weeks in Miami at Epic in the stop number 3. But that'll do it for Pro League this week. Join us again next Friday for more on the All Florida Pro League and all around the league itself, heading in to stop number 3. So thank you all for joining us. Come back next week on Pro League This Week.